Dinamo Sassari and our visitors, Hapoel UNET Holon. Well, both these teams, very similar fashion, both with 1 win and 5 losses so far, 4 losses here in the regular season of the Group A of the Basketball Champions League. So tonight's going to be 2 teams evenly matched up. It is game day 6 of the Basketball Champions League of the regular season. And as we mentioned, these 2 teams very desperate and very anxious to get another victory. Still early days here in the regular season, but both teams know how imperative this game is tonight. UNET Holon sit rock bottom of Group A, as we said, with only 1 win and 4 losses. But Dinamo Sassari, the hosts, the exact same record, and they're just slightly above them on a few points differential. Both of these teams feature some very interesting players, of course, but other Group A fixtures you can find tonight. UCAM Murcia lost to AS Monaco, sit top of the group. Pinar Kashiaka impressively got a big win tonight as well. And today, you can see Dinamo Sassari against UNET Holon, and UI Baskets Oldenburg will take on Juventus Utena. That will be tipping off around the same time in literally under 10 minutes. Well, we are here in Sardinia, one of the more beautiful areas, the nation of Italy. And as we mentioned, Group A standing is AS Monaco, a team that are undefeated so far with 6 wins and 0 losses, followed by Pinar Kashiaka, another favorite to do very well in this competition. They will probably progress on to the later rounds. So far, covering those top 4 positions, UI Baskets Oldenburg are in action so far, and UCAM Murcia of Spain. UNET Holon opened their Basketball Champions League campaign against UCAM Murcia, in which it was very unfortunate because they dominated the majority of the game. The likes of Terrell Holloway, Joe Alexander played very, very impressively. But in the end, it was the Spaniards who came up with a very, very close victory. They're going to rely a lot on the athleticism of Joe Alexander, such an explosive, dynamic big man. Players to look out on this team. You got the likes of Guy Panini, an experienced player of Israeli basketball. Then you got as well Tashawn Thomas, and not to mention the recent signing Glenn Rice Jr., son of the famous NBA champion with the LA Lakers, senior Glenn Rice, Corey Wilden, and not to mention the son of basketball legend David Blatt. Tamir will be in action, coming off the bench and providing some good minutes, and a very, very good point guard who has excellent vision here. Well, for the host, it's all about Scott Bamford. He's their most impressive player. He's played all 5 games so far here in the regular season of the Basketball Champions League, and he averages 18 points per game. Levi Randolph also chipping in, very, very good perimeter player. He's averaging 12 points per game. Not to mention the experience of players like Rok Stipčević, the Croatian. So Dinamo Sassari have got a lot to prove tonight. Role players such as Jack Devecki, and not to mention Planinic. And Glenn Rice Jr., as we mentioned, son of one of the greatest shooters in NBA history, a top scorer. He'll be looking to replicate his dad's success here on the court tonight. Well, Sean Jones is putting up some very impressive numbers as well. He's averaging 11 points per game so far in this competition. He's having a very impressive start to the campaign, that's for sure. But also it's the rebounding. He's also chipping in 6 rebounds per game. We talked about Darko Planinic, 26-year-old Croatian as well, putting in some very, very impressive numbers. And not to mention the Canadian, standing at 198 centimeters, Deshaun Pierre. Not the foundation forward, but definitely fits the bill, and definitely an experienced, versatile player to have on your offense. We'll just get set to introduce our officials for tonight. I mean, this atmosphere is going to be absolutely electrifying tonight. These Italian basketball fans, they really know how to support their teams. And the fans just covering up, I guess, from the rain, I guess. Or possibly not. But representing the famous colors of Dinamo Sassari, green and white. Well, a win for either team tonight will be so massive for confidence. As we mentioned, only one win for these two teams in this competition. Whereas Hapoel Holon, I think they started the first 4 games of the competition with all losses. So this will be a big statement for them, picking up their first win last Tuesday at home. They got a very, very rude introduction in their second game against AS Monaco, where they absolutely got made a meal of. AS Monaco has been business as usual, winning by 29 points in game day 2 against Hapoel UNET Holon. You think with Dinamo Sassari, they've been in this competition already with a bit more experience. They probably know what's expected, but ladies and gentlemen, we'll just introduce our officials tonight. Representing countries of Greece and Montenegro, Yorgos Porsandis, Anastasios Manos, and Zdravko Lutezic. We're proud to say that we have some of the finest officials in world basketball representing the FIBA competitions, and especially here in the Basketball Champions League. They've done an excellent job in this competition last year and this season, and they will continue to do so tonight. The key for Dinamo Sassari is going to be to get these home fans behind them, give them something to play for, give them an atmosphere. Well, the starting lineups for the visitors, down low in the post, we got Joe Alexander partnered with Guy Panini and Glenn Rice Jr., who will probably play the 3 role. The backcourt sees Shlomi Harouche make a very, very rare start, along with Corey Wildin. Corey Wildin, a very explosive guard, can shoot the ball from the perimeter very prolifically as well. Terrell Holloway unable tonight due to injury. So this is a very, very big game for UNET Holon. UNET Holon start games off very well, but it's just about playing for 4 quarters. We saw that in the opening game day winner, or the game day defeat, pardon me, against UCAM Murcia. They looked like a team that was flying with confidence, but UCAM Murcia just dug deep, stuck in there, and came out with a crucial, crucial win. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of starting lineup Dinamo Sassari go with, because I want Scott Bamford in my starting lineup with the numbers he's putting up. Very, very impressive perimeter shooter. The starting lineups they got tonight down low, Achille Polonara will be partnered with Sean Jones and Deshaun Pierre, the Canadian. And in the backcourt, we've seen it before, we'll see it again tonight. William Hatcher will partner up with Scott Bamford. That's a very, very incredible, very, very instrumental duo they got there in the backcourt. But they got to protect the home court, and they got to produce the goods tonight. So important they come up with a victory, as well with UNET Holon. Dinamo Sassari was so unlucky in the game day 2 when they lost to UI Baskets Oldenburg. Much of the lead throughout the duration of the game, but just lost it in the 4th quarter. And unfortunately couldn't come up with a win. They went the following week down to Spain, where they got a big win against UCAM Murcia. Since then, it's been losses to Monaco, and losses, a very close loss to Juventus Utena on the road as well. But tonight's a new start. They're on their home court, and they've got to protect it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us tonight here in Sardinia. It's going to be an impressive atmosphere. Coach Dan Shamir would have done his homework. Coached in Russia, Israel. Now he takes on the big time as head coach of UNET Holon. He's got a point to prove with his boys tonight. Do not go anywhere. It is a Group A fixture. It is the Basketball Champions League. We're set for tip. Paschini, another one, holds the position of head coach and general manager of Dinamo Sassari. So he has a lot to say what goes on in this club. He has a contract extension till the summer 2018. If he can progress his team further, he'll be staying in that role for a very, very long time. Very, very good coach. Worked his way to the top. Try and get Hatcher going early. Get him on the wing. as well as UNET Holon will try to get the ball down low to Joe Alexander as much as possible. Well, the tip's underway, and Holon, we've got a delay in play. Well, Dinamo Sassari will inbound the ball sideline. We just had a bit of a confusion over there. Stop at playing the jump ball. I believe it was Joe Alexander jumped a little too early. They throw it down low to Polonara. Backs down against Glenn Rice Jr. They kick it out. Hatcher looking for space and time. Gets a pick and roll back. Big man, gotta throw it down. Early stage, and that's how you get the crowd into the game. Big dunk from Sean Jones. Sent the pick, rolled right to the basket, and he just threw it down. Alexander, 10 feet, just swishes it right in the face. Down the other end, Sean Jones' face. Pierre looking for Polonara. Go back to the pick and roll. Polonara tried to pop, didn't shoot it in the end to kick it out. Pierre. Polonara, he'll take the final three, and he just sinks it right in the face of Glenn Rice Jr. Polonara says 3 punti per favore. Gets a screen, takes it in the middle, looks for options, kicks it out. Shlomi Harouche, he'll take the three. Can't get it. Polonara with a rebound. And Glenn Rice Jr. tries to dip his hand in the cookie jar, but in the end, Dinamo Sassari will come back with a possession. Confident start from both teams here in the early minutes. Hatcher brings the ball up, guarded by Shlomi Harouche. They almost turn it over, they keep it alive. Polonara's made his last, takes another three. Polonara! 2 threes back to back. You got to put a hand up to the big man because he's got to sink it all night long. Alexander. Guy Panini shoots the three. Guy Panini can't get it. Alexander, oh my Lord! Joe Alexander just brought down all of Sardinia. Hatcher takes it down the lane, puts up the floater, gets blocked. Get the tip back, put it again, they can't get it. Alexander with a rebound. Glenn Rice Jr. pulls up for three in transition, can't get it. UNET Holon, 3 attempts from the rainbow, all unsuccessful as so far. Bamford tries to split the screen, takes it in the middle, kicks it out. Hatcher can't keep it, good play, but just fumbles possession. And Pasquini gives him an applause. It's good ball movement so far from Dinamo Sassari. Kick out from Bamford, but William Hatcher just lost possession. Glenn Rice splits the screen, good play, and just draws a foul. You see they tried to go with the dribble handoff, and Glenn Rice Jr. just smart enough to split the defense in the small gap he had. Jean-Pierre picks up his first personal foul. Glenn Rice Jr. kicks it out. Panini takes in the drive, makes the contact, no offensive foul call, but just makes the floater. Scott Bamford heavily guarded. Almost loses his dribble, but keeps it alive. Bamford gets a screen, looks for the roll, kicks out. Polonara gave up the three. He's got to shoot it. Puts it up. William Hatcher just nets it right in the face of Joe Alexander. The score should be 10-6, as it says 8-8. It's incorrect. Glenn Rice Jr. gets blocked by Polonara. We're on the races. Banford, transition, gives it to Pierre, in and around, and one! And Dinamo Sassari setting the tone early here. Fast break basketball at its best. You can see Scott Banford gave it up to Pierre, faked it, made the contact, kissed it off the glass. Good play. It's going to go to the free throw line to make it a three-point play. Deshaun Pierre from Ontario, Canada, makes it a three-point play. Played at Dayton University. He's off to a good start. Kick it in the corner, they turn it over. It's a sloppy play. UNET Holon just losing the discipline at the moment. They got to maintain the pressure. Checking into the game is young Israeli point guard Tamir Blatt. And what Tamir Blatt has very well is good vision. Looks for an open man. He's able to spot a pass. Full court. Banford takes it down with his right, open lane's got to get it. Floater, and that is so beautiful because he kissed the sky, put the floater above Joe Alexander, avoided the block. And Hapoel UNET Holon are going to call timeout as they're down by 6 here in the early stages of the first quarter. Well, Hapoel UNET Holon, they've got to calm things down. Just letting the home crowd and the nerves get to them. Dinamo Sassari shooting 86% from the field with 5 assists already. Very impressive stat already. Really using the confidence on their home court.
This is garbage. Okay, don't feel okay, just bullshit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the colorful language.
Pay attention because he's a shooter, number 6. In offense, next offense, dump up circle for him. Let's go, come on, Dike. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Well, they get the ball inbound. They got to respond down this offense, give them something to believe in. Blatt gives it down to Rice Jr., draws the foul. And we talked about Tamir Blatt being able to spot out a pass. You can see already Glenn Rice Jr. just made a cut to the high post. Didn't quite get the bucket, but he's fouled and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Glenn Rice Jr., born Miami, Florida, played at Georgia Tech. Played for a few teams in the D-League, played briefly with the Washington Wizards, so now settling to life in Israel as he makes the first free throw. Stands at 6'6". Very similar game to his pops as he makes it 2 for 2. Polonara looks down low. Dinamo Sassari love to go to the pick and roll. Hatcher pulls up for a tough 3. Can't get it. Oh, my Lord. Doesn't get it in the end. Transition down the other end. Hapoel Holon decided to slow it down. Walden crosses over, takes all the way, lays it up. Oh, it's a beautiful block. He said, get out of here. Another play in the key. He's got to kick it out. The 3 is good, and it's Polonara. He is 3 for 3 from the rainbow. They cannot leave him wide open. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Guy Panini gives up to Alexander. Glenn Rice Jr., he'll pull up for another triple. Can't get it. 4 attempts for Hapoel UNET Holon. They're really struggling. Bamford splits the screen. Smart move. Puts up the finger off the backboard. Scott Bamford's why he's such a smart player and top scorer for this Dinamo Sassari team. And he stepped out of bounds, the turnover. And the body language says it all right now from UNET Holon. They've got to pick themselves up. No leaders out there at the moment. Thomas checks into the game, give him a little bit more physicality in the low post. Gets the pick and roll again. They kick it out. Polonara. Oh, faked. Got him on the floor. We got a 3 in the corner. Another 3. This time, finally, Dinamo Sassari come up with a rare miss. Wowden, another 3. Can he get it? Still can't score. Hatcher looks down low. And they come with the steal. It's Glenn Rice Jr. Takes a transition. Kicks out to Wowden. Joe Alexander will try from 18 feet. Swishes it again. Joe Alexander, tough shot. Goes up to 6 points. Hatcher uses the screen. Polonara thought about the 3, but gives it up. Deshaun Thomas just gets called for the reach-in foul. Well, it's going to be a long night for Hapoel UNET Holon. If they don't start to pull themselves together and play together. Planinic checks in, the Croatian. Gets a handoff for Spicer, the quick guard. Spicer looks for the back door. Planinic gets the roll. And that is a big difference between Dinamo Sassari and the visitors. They just moved the ball, play for each other. Glenn Rice Jr. takes it in. Gets a kick out to Blatt. Blatt takes it in with his right. Looks, Thomas dunks it down. And that's what Tamir Blatt's going to give Thomas all night long. Dribble in, penetrate, make the defense collapse, and find the open man. Hatcher gets a screen. Polonara fakes it wide open. Spicer for 3. Can't get it. And it's out of bounds. And UNET Holon are going to get the ball back. Levy Randolph almost got it back, but it stepped out when he had possession right there. You can see, tried to throw it off Thomas, but unfortunate. Just see that possession there. Stepped on the line. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. They throw it down low to Thomas. Guarded by Levi Randolph. Spins. Draws the foul. But the foul is on the floor. It will not be an and one. And UNET Holon will have it baseline. It's a good spin move to the baseline as well. Lucky. There's not many players more aggressive than Deshaun Thomas. You get him in the post, he's just going to bully his defenders. Now, that's just silly, because now Levi Randolph has picked up 2 consecutive fouls in less than 10 seconds. He's got to be smarter than that. It's the 4th team foul, so will not go to the free throw line for shots. Get the pick and roll. Alexander in the lane, almost lose it. To keep it alive, it's a jump ball. But because Dinamo Sassari had first possession of the jump ball, UNET Holon are going to get it back. It's the right idea. I mean, it was a good move. It was a roll. just couldn't get it in the right area. Spisu did enough to get round, to get it into Sean. It's Glenn Rice Jr., pardon me, who puts up the floater, cuts it down to an 8-point lead. They throw it down low to Planic. Backs down against Alexander, puts up the floater. Planic, you gotta put a hand up. Just made the bump in the contact, able to get the hook shot off. Glenn Rice Jr. puts up another floater. Can't get it this time. Looking for the ref for the foul, but he's got to get back on defense. They're outnumbered. Randolph kicks it out. Spisu had time, but gave it up. They throw it down to Planic again. Same play, same result. Planic unstoppable in the low post, giving Joe Alexander all sorts of problems. Thomas back to Joe Alexander, takes it in and out, can't get it. Wide open. Decided to go with a smart move. That's a very smart play, actually. Could have gone with a 3, but they're going to try and run the clock down to get the last shot. Unselfish basketball. Spisu comes off the screen. Polonara down low. Planic again, this time gets blocked. 2 seconds, throws it up. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first quarter, it is the host, Dinamo Sassari, 26. Hapoel UNET Holon, 14. Visitors really have come out on fire with guns blazing. The hosts, excuse me. All right, Hapoel UNET Holon just got to pull themselves together. 73% from within the rainbow, so 50% from the perimeter. UNET Holon have yet to hit a 3-pointer.
If we play ours, I want to see now Levi on the right and you on the left.
Guys, let's stop it now, because we're on the way to lose by 50.
I think Dan Shamir is making the point. Got to pick it up or we're going to get blown out. I mean, this is a beautiful pick and roll plan. Young teams watching this, young players, you watch what he does. He sets the screen and he just doesn't even think about it. He goes right to the basket. Sean Jones, one of the best that as soon as he set the screen, boom, nobody able to pick him up and he was wide open to receive the roll pass. Oh, what about Mr. Polonara, just on fire. 3 threes already. Okay, Panini putting up the floater. Just making the contact. And the reason that's not a charge because he's outside the semicircle. And Bamford transition, giving it to Jean-Pierre, making the and one play. Smooth little bounce pass on the fast break. Polonara, cash money from the three-point line. Hasn't missed a triple so far. He's made all 3 threes for Dinamo Sassari. And he looks at the bench and he says, ice, water. We're about to start the second half as Levi Randolph is going to inbound the ball. Spisu takes up point guard duties. Takes a baseline, kicks it out. Good ball movement, 3 in the corner from DeVecchi. Jack DeVecchi nails the triple in the corner. They're 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. They're on fire. Glenn Rice Jr. down low. Thomas puts it up. Neatly does it. The assist by Glenn Rice Jr. Deshaun Thomas now already 4 points into the game. 2 for 3 from the field. Planic, can he do it again? Goes in and around, gets blocked this time. Joe Alexander says, you are not getting that one. Good response from the individual defensive play by Joe Alexander. Alexander takes it all the way, lays it up, and one. Joe Alexander. And that is where he's a nightmare to guard. I mean, he stands about 6'9", 6'10", but he's got the quickness of a guard and good ball handling. Too quick for Planinic all the way. He's going to go to the free throw line to make it a three-point play. Well, little do people know that he was actually born in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, lived a little bit of his life out in Asia. Didn't get an automatic scholarship going to college, but now one of the top players in professional basketball here in the Basketball Champions League. Can't make it a three-point play. Dechampierre throws it down low to Levi Randolph. Randolph tries the back down. Spisu takes it in, kicks it out. Randolph catch and shoot for three at the end. Can't get it. And Tamir Blatt tried to go for the rebound, but he ended up losing the ball. And Dinamo Sassari going to inbound at baseline. You see the three went up just at the end of the shot clock, and Blatt unable to keep it in possession. Spisu wide open for the three. Oh my Lord, are you serious? This team cannot miss it from the rainbow. Alexander shoots a tough two, can't get it. Only one player rebounding underneath. UNET Holon have got to go in for more second opportunities. Randolph, mismatch on the baseline, spins again, kicks it out. Floater, can't get it, gets his own rebound, tips it back. Nobody boxed out. Dr. Jones. Glenn Rice Jr. known to kick out. Tamir Blatt for three. Tamir Blatt hits the first three for UNET Holon. Just settles the nerves. Still a 13-point deficit. Randolph throws it down low to Jones. 5 on the shot clock. Kicks it out. Randolph steps back, pulls up for the long two, airballs it. UNET can break. Glenn Rice Jr., and he traveled. Yep, good call. Excellent call from the official. Took about 2 or 3 steps before he put the ball on the floor. Almost predetermined what he tried to do. You can see here, gives the ball. There's one. Yep, excellent call. Got to be smart possession. Spisu and Levi Randolph will just go to the bench, take a little break. William Hatcher. Scott Bamford check back in. Hatcher, they go screen on the wing again. Fades away from 15. William Hatcher, that is tough to guard. I mean, Tamir Blatt is playing some excellent defense, but Hatcher just has a little bit of height over him, able to fade away. Gives the host a 15-point lead. Down low, it's a good play. Thomas got to go up with it. Gets blocked, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, and that's what Tashawn Thomas will give you. Nothing but hard work underneath. Didn't give up on it. 3 chances, finally got the bucket. Hatcher losing transition. There's a foul on the ball. I believe it's on Tamir Blatt. See the penetration. I'm not sure there's too much in it. I mean, Blatt had his hand on the ball. Polonara checks back in. Curls it, Bamford, nowhere to go. Bamford all the way, does he get it? Yes, he does again. I mean, he's such a slippery and slithery player. Doesn't go by force, a hesitation in and around, splits the defense, just puts that floater up. It's the second time he's done that tonight. Rice Jr. tries a Euro step, puts it up, gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. fouls on Polonara. Well, Dechampierre comes back into the game. And Glenn Rice Jr. will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Nothing but net with the first. Well, Dan Shamir, he's got to start wondering how he's got to get his guys to play together a little bit better. I mean, they started off very well in their opening game day, and they were unlucky not to win on the road against UCAM Murcia. But since then, it's been a really, really hard lesson so far in the Basketball Champions League. Glenn Rice Jr. just tried to go in for his rebound a little too early. Guy Panini checks back in as Junior takes a break. Catch and shoot for Scott Bamford. That's what he does. And that's what you get with Scott Bamford. You can't leave him open on the wing. He will net the three-pointer. Black kicks it out. Deshaun Thomas goes baseline, tries a reverse layup, gets it to go. Right now, if I'm UNET Holon, I'm giving the ball down low to Thomas every play. He's the only thing they got going for them at the moment. Polonara, 3 threes. You can tell he wants to go for a 4th. Pick and roll play. Oh, got away with a travel. Pierre in transition. Doesn't get it. Good defense by Deshaun Thomas. See, Thomas just puts his hand up. It's a good play. Thomas, good movement. Guy Panini, 3 in the corner. He's got to make it, and he gets it. And he cuts the deficit down to 12. And Dinamo Sassari just going to call timeout and talk it over. Well, it's 2 consecutive possessions now for UNET Holon. They're just settling the nerves. Got to replicate it down on the defensive side.
In offense, I want to see outside. Doesn't matter if we score or not, guys.
Well, UNET Holon now 2 for 8 from the 3-pointers, with 3s from Guy Panini and Tamir Blatt. Dinamo Sassari 6 for 10 from the perimeter in the first half. 60% is very impressive.
Why do you want to run? Why you? Doesn't matter. Go to the mid post. Okay. Hey, ho, oh. Let's go next time 0 side. Okay, strong side. Okay, let's go with the strong side. Bring it high. Okay, so you're the passer. Okay, let's go away from Hanan or Panini, doesn't matter. Okay, watch the skip, cut hard. Okay, now fellas, we have to speed it up over there. Huh? We have to speed up everything.
Jack DeVecchi, contribution with a deep 3 in the corner. Not quite sure if that's 1 sock higher fashion or if he's covering up an injury. Bamford takes it baseline, makes the contact, offensive foul. Just see. Not sure if it was a head-to-head collision or shoulder, but Tamir Blatt definitely made the most of it. Took a baseline. Oh yeah, it's a little bit of a unnecessary way to make the contact. Thomas goes handoff. Four on the shot clock. He's got to get something going. Takes a deep, deep 3. And what is Sean Jones doing? You've played excellent defense. You've run him down to the final of the 24. And Joe Alexander, you forced him into a tough shot. You know what? Let him have it. Don't jump into him. Just put your hand up. And now Joe Alexander is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, it's a good foul. He's missed one of them, but Joe Alexander, as we mentioned, born in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. Also lived a little bit in China, but fluent in Mandarin Chinese as well. It's definitely a talent to have in a future career. Drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks in 2008. 8th overall pick in the first round. Makes it 2 for 3 from the stripe. Cuts the lead down to 9. Guy Panini guarding him so far out like he's going to shoot the free. Gotta just step off, give DeVecchi a little bit of space. I mean, not quite sure what he's trying to achieve from that angle. DeVecchi's not going to shoot it from out there. They're down a number. They get in the corner. DeVecchi. Good ball movement. Hatcher wide open for the 3, and it's all good right now for Dinamo Sassari. They cannot miss from the perimeter. They're up by 15. Under 3.5 to go here in the first half. They kick it out. Alexander spins middle, gives it to Thomas. Thomas lays it up, and that's a good 1-2 punch in the low post between Joe Alexander and Tashawn Thomas. Polonara down low to Planinic, who's fouled on the ground by Guy Panini. It's a good pass from Polonara. Able to spot the matchup. Again, Guy Panini picks up another foul. 2 consecutive possessions. Got to be smarter. Well, it should actually be his second. Hatcher. Down low, good play, Palinic. Tammy Blatt steps over and just commits a foul. Stop Palinic from getting the easy 2. It's actually a good effort here. It's a smart play because if he didn't foul him. Well, that's interesting. Now he's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. I think the officials are indicating that Planinic was in the process of shooting. I'm not sure he was, to be honest. I think he still was trying to get possession. Spisu comes back into the game, gives William Hatcher a break. He's had a good game so far, knocked some big shots for William Hatcher. Planinic is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots now. Darko Planinic. Born in what is now Bosnia-Herzegovina, but Croatian by nationality. Was in Spain last year and seems like he's settled into life well in Italy and Sardinia. Makes it 2 for 2. Not quite sure he was really in the process of shooting that earned those 2 free throws, but good ball movement. Takes a deep 3, gets it to go. It's a big shot, and that will just settle the nerves for UNET Holon. They really needed the triple. That was Coleman. 11-point lead to the hosts. Coleman just picks up a defensive foul. And now they're in the penalty, so Bamford's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. In and out, gets the shooter's touch and just gets it to go. Well, Scott Bamford from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Played at Weber State. Makes it 2 for 2. Having a good career so far here at Dinamo Sassari. It's another miss. Bamford pick and roll with Planinic. Darko Planinic puts up the floater, can't get it. Deshaun Thomas gets a rebound. Tries to take it himself and doesn't turn it over in the end. Spisu tried to come over and force a turnover. Well, it's hard to see from that angle, but Coleman gets a handoff with Blatt. Blatt all the way, lays it up. Tamir Blatt, so quick, so explosive. Able to curl the dribble handoff. Bit of confusion over the help side defense. Smart move from the young Israeli. You can see here, Darko Planinic let him go all the way. Scott Bamford unable to recover. Tamir Blatt, so explosive, so quick.
Hey, Darko, remember that. We need your energy now for play 52, okay? If they are running transition, call 50. Okay, you understand what I mean?
UNET Holon, it's a good stat to have. 18 points from the bench. 20 points in the paint. A lot of that is down to Deshaun Thomas and Joe Alexander. Got to keep going down to if they're going to come back into this game. Dinamo Sassari, hot hand so far, but they put a hand up and really help side they can get back into this game. It's been an exciting game of basketball to watch so far.
Palla Jack. Scott, back screen for Darko, ball inside to Darko, okay? And then we play defense. Come on, play. 1, 2, 3.
Dinamo Sassari really like to give the ball to the wing, go pick and roll with Sean Jones as much as possible. What they're doing is they're just splitting the defense open, they're also spreading the floor as well. UNET Holon know they can shoot the ball well, so they have to get out, which makes it very tough to recover on the help side. If UNET Holon can keep going to that man, Joe Alexander, and Deshaun Thomas as much as possible in the low block, they can dig back into this game. It's not over by any chance, that's for sure. 11-point lead to the hosts. Spisu, whoa, got away with a travel. Bamford takes it in, kicks it out. Polonara, he's made 3, can he make 4? Finally misses a 3. And Darko Planinic gets called for the holding foul. Well, that's the first personal foul on Darko Planinic. They're in the penalty, which means Joe Alexander's now got a chance to chip into the deficit for Hapoel Holon. Just gets the free throw to go. Makes it 2 for 2, cuts the lead down to 9. Coleman's going to go to the bench. Did it well. Come in and hit that big 3 to settle the nerves. Anything right now collectively to chip into this lead is good for them. Polonara looking for the handoff of Bamford. Spisu pulls up for a quick 3. You cannot leave him open. I mean, nobody put a hand up, and he just drains his second triple of the night. Guy Panini puts up another floater, very, very similar to the play he did earlier in this game. Took it in with his right, loves to go with the floater off one leg. Bamford, back to Planinic. Planinic bumps off the backboard, can't get it. Deshaun Thomas with a rebound. And Tamir Blatt, I'm not quite sure what he was aiming for, but turns it over. Down low over the backboard. That's going to be an out-of-bounds play. Well, we got a timeout with 28 seconds to go. They're trying to get the last shot of the game so far on the half. Well, Hapoel Holon done a good job to check back into this game. Like I said, they've gone down low to Joe Alexander as much as possible.
Okay, Tamir, watch. Tamir, Glenn, Joey's out, Tay, okay, and Corey here. Screen away. Okay, Tamir point. Okay, screen away. Glenn to the corner. Joe, Tay.
50 down, stay a little bit higher. If he pop and he receive the ball,
Dinamo Sassari, 8 for 14 from the perimeter. I mean, that's a very, very impressive stat.
Right, and you have to kill him. And then we go on about, okay? Let's go, guys. Go. One, two, three.
Well, they get the ball inbound. Three seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Corey Wowden's just come into this for this play. Wowden takes it, kicks out. Guy Panini pump fakes, takes a three in the corner, and he just sinks the three. And that will be the end of the first half. If Dinamo Sassari can get up, Jack DeVecchi. And that is a smart play from UNET Holon. Run the clock down. They got it to Guy Panini in the corner. Pump faked. Got Sean Jones off the floor. And all of a sudden, they've cut this lead down to 7. At the end of the first half, Dinamo Sassari been very impressive. Led by 15 at most. 51-44. We'll show you some stats and highlights from the first half of play here in this Group A fixture. UNET Holon really have picked it up. 13 for 17 from within the rainbow. And we talked about the partnership between Joe Alexander and Deshaun Thomas. Caused all sorts of problems. Both teams equal on the rebounds, 14 apiece. And also taking care of the ball. Only 5 and 3 turnovers between them. It's been an exciting game of basketball to watch. Remember, these two teams are rock bottom of Group A, but they're not playing like it. That's for sure. They're really just going at each other. Scott Bamford and Joe Alexander, top scorers in these games with 11 apiece. Deshaun Thomas and Polonara with 5 and 4 rebounds. It's going to be very interesting to see who comes out top of this, because remember, whoever wins this game, it's going to be a huge confidence booster. Both teams, 1 win and 4 losses. Just goes to show it could be anyone's night here. UNET Holon. It's a collective effort. Thomas, Panini, 10 points apiece with Alexander, 11. Polonara, 3 threes so far, 9 points. Planinic coming off, really loving the low post. He's given 8 points so far. Well, we'll show you some highlights, but don't go anywhere too long. Go get a drink or something. We'll be back here for this Group A fixture.
Insomma, contentezza del nostro sponsor, nuovo capolino. Vediamo un attimino se riusciamo a fare questo bis. Peccato. Il vincitore è Antonio. Bravo Antonio, eccolo qua. Il buono di 100 euro offerto dal nuovo capolino. Potete spenderlo. Sì, c'è da fare la foto chiaramente. No, lui no. Ci vediamo alle prossime gare interne della Dinamo Banco in Sardegna. Vi ricordo il giorno dello sponsor per tutte le gare di campionato LBA e di Champions League. Offre sesta del titolano, prendi il time out e regala tempo e cristalline, piante distese e sabbiose in assoluto relax, volando la volta di paesi meravigliosi. Attico meridiana tutto l'anno, ogni settimana da Milano e Roma, verso la destinazione del sogno. Brasile, Canarie, Capo Verde, Cuba, Egitto, Kenya, Mauritius, Repubblica Dominicana e Zanzibar. Con Meridiana la tua estate non finisce mai. Prenota su meridiana.com. Meridiana, questo si chiama volare. insieme alla Dinamo. Lo prossimo studio di Alberto Colore è partner della Dinamo Sardegna. La stampa e la cartotecnica digitale a Sassari hanno un'eccellenza che si chiama Carattere di Antonello Fava. Ci trovi nella zona industriale Pretoriana alla strada numero 28. Carattere di Antonello Fava, partner della Dinamo Sardegna. Grandi notizie per chi sostiene i giganti in Champions League. Solo oggi per tutti gli abbonati e possessori del tagliando del regalo di Emma c'è uno sconto speciale del 15% sulle divise ufficiali europee 2017-2018, vestiti di bianco-verde, Defendi Island. Il marchio degli sportivi vincenti e sport, stile e qualità per lo sport di tempo libero, 18 negozi di marca e oltre 150 plurimarca. Vesti Sardo, vesti con stile, vesti e sport. Info e novità su esportwear.com. Regalati la migliore selezione dei prodotti tipici sardi. Approfitta delle straordinarie offerte in questa settimana solo su www.carsardegna.it. Grazie a mano, pensiamo che insieme si fanno grandi cose, la pensiamo come te. Per questo, ogni giorno, insieme ai nostri agenti, ci impegniamo a comprendere le esigenze dei soci e degli assicurati e cerchiamo le soluzioni al loro volante. Segui Reale Mutuo su Facebook, Reale Mutuo, tu vedi il nuovo. Vuoi rimanere connesso con il tempo blu 24 ore su 24? Scarica l'app Dinamo da Google Play o App Store, leggi tutte le news, vota l'MVP delle partite, scopri tutti i contenuti speciali di Dinamo TV e tanto altro ancora. E Dinamo, l'app dei giganti bianco-blu. Partecipa al gioco nuovo a Capolino all'intervallo delle partite di campionato Champions e vinci un buono spesa da 100 euro da spendere in materiali vivi, siderurgici, ceramiche e accessori. Amsterdam, Barcellona, Firenze, Londra, Milano e Roma. Fuori da Olio tutto l'anno. E prima della partenza rilassati nella corriente Dinamo Lounge in compagnia della tua squadra del cuore. Scopri tutte le destinazioni su www.aeroportodinolga.it. Se prestate un po' di attenzione al culo, la nostra camera abbiamo il giochino della dance cam, si deve solo ed esclusivamente ballare. Vediamo a che livello sono i nostri spettatori ballare, quindi alzarsi e ballare, vediamo un pochino.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Sardinia, to this Group A fixture, the Basketball Champions League between Dinamo Sassari, our host here, against Hapoel UNET Holon of Israel. Been a very exciting first half. Dinamo Sassari have come out, suns out, guns out from the perimeter. Hapoel Holon started off slow, but they've chipped back into it. They were down by as many as 16, but they cut the deficit down to 7. Final possession of the first half. They managed to get the last shot, get the ball to Guy Panini in the corner, just sink the three-pointer. Both these teams sit rock bottom of Group A with only 1 win and 4 losses. But they sure have not played like that. It's been exciting basketball to watch. Dinamo Sassari just really lighting it up, hitting the threes and making it rain from the rainbow. Hapoel Holon getting back into this one. It's all been about Deshaun Thomas and Joe Alexander. 20 points in the paint for the Israelis, and they've chipped back into it very impressively. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top in this second half. 2 quarters to go. And this is such a big game because it's going to be such a confidence booster for whoever can win this one. Well, he's got to be a little bit concerned because they were in control for the majority of this game, and the Israelis have come back into it. They're loving the pick and roll play they're having right now with Dr. Jones and Hatcher, along with Bamford as well. They're moving the ball and they're spreading the floor, which is very good. And these fans are absolutely loving the atmosphere. I mean, we talk a lot about the Greek and the Turkish and the Israeli basketball fans, but you got to remember they're just as passionate about their basketball here in Italy. Well, Corey Wowden back in the game with Glenn Rice Jr. We'll begin the first possession. Downloaded to Sean Thomas. Glenn Rice Jr. makes the contact, gets blocked. He's fouled in possession. You can see he took a baseline, got it blocked originally. I wonder if they called the foul on that. I guess they did because he's going to the free throw line for 2 shots. Glenn Rice Jr. makes the first free throw. Started off a little bit sluggish in the early stages, but you know, one thing he's very capable of is getting to the bucket. He stands at 6'6". Incredible athleticism, good ball handle, good mindset. So you just have to keep him going as much as possible. Makes it 2 for 2. Hatcher gets the screen from Jones. Pick and roll back. Good recovery play on the floor, loose ball. And UNET Holon come up with it. Pick and roll with Thomas, able to keep it alive. Kicks it out. Wowden loses it off the penetration. Dinamo Sassari can break with Hatcher. Hatcher down low, gets it to Jones, is blocked off the backboard, but it's a goaltending. Nice play from William Hatcher to spot Dr. Jones down low. And this is an unbelievable pass. It's a no look as well. Joe Alexander just not quick enough to get over and help. Thomas kicks it out to Blatt. Blatt pulls up from 18, nails the jump shot right in the face of Dr. Jones. Tammy Blatt moves up to 7 points. Pick and roll play. Jones pulls up for the shot, and he nails it right in the face of Glenn Rice Jr. Back and forth for these two teams. You can see Pasquini telling them, play defense, play harder. Thomas, Switz, rolls it in and out, gets it to go to Sean Thomas. And he's really what started the surgence in their comeback in this game. 24 points in the paint for UNET Holon. Jones puts it up, in and out, can't get it, gets his own rebound. Bamford just pulls it out, 10 on the shot clock. Pierre spins, makes the contact. Glenn Rice Jr. unable to get the block. With the Jean-Pierre. Thomas down the other way, quick play. And that is what we talk about with Tamir Blatt. As soon as he got in this game, we mentioned his unbelievable vision to spot a pass, and he wasted no time. Cross court, got it to Deshaun Thomas. Thomas now 12 points, 5 rebounds short of a double-double. Polonara, 9 points, early stages. Glenn Rice Jr.'s got to keep his cool. Did not like the call he got from the referee. He's got to be smart. He doesn't want to pick a technical foul. Dan Shamir looks very, very anxious. He knows they can pick up a win, but they got to be disciplined. Hatcher in the lane. Joe Alexander blocks him off the backboard. Blatt wastes no time. Down the other end, Rice lays it up, missed the layup. And Rice is saying, where's the rebound? Somebody's got to follow up. Hatcher in the lane, makes the contact. And he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. This is a smart move by William Hatcher. Makes the contact. The foul's on Corey Wilden. It's for the reach, that's what it is. Picks up his second personal foul. William Hatcher's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. And he makes it 2 for 2, and he puts the lead back up to 7. Wilden takes it, gets the help side, kicks it out. Rice thought about the 3. Oh, it's got to be a travel. Didn't know where the pass or shoot it. And in the end, he turns it over. I think Rice is struggling to come to terms that the referee just isn't going to give him the foul. And they make a change already as Joe Alexander goes to the bench. Guy Panini comes back in. He's wide open, alley-oop, he's got to finish it. Can't get it, gets his own rebound, goes back up, and 1. And Dr. Jones did not give up on it. Deshaun Thomas did all he could. He made excellent defense, but Jones just too physical, gets his own board, didn't give up. I mean, that's just fact. That's desire, and that's hustle. I mean, Deshaun Thomas is doing all he can. He's doing an excellent job so far this evening, but you got to give credit where credit's due. And Dr. Jones just not missing. Doesn't make it a 3-point play. 9-point lead. And they turn it over. Polonara. Oh, it's got to be a travel. It's a foul in transition. Well, it's a silly turnover, but Polonara is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots, and Corey Wilden is going to go to the bench. Shlomi Harush comes back in. And Polonara 3 for 4 so far from the field, all been 3-pointers. Not a back down post big man, likes to play on the perimeter, left-handed with a very high release, makes it very hard to guard him on the 3. Missed the first free throw. Pasquini trying to get the crowd back involved. Makes the second, builds it back up to a 10-point lead. Thomas goes handoff with Blatt. Guy Panini, no time or space to shoot the 3. Takes a very... Oh, and Glenn Rice Jr. And that's what we talked about. That's what's going to get him back in the game. Going for second chances. Banford kicks it out. Polonara thought about the 3, but gave it up. Hatcher down low. Polonara's got to finish. And that is a beautiful play. Blatt splits, kicks it out. Guy Panini, big 3 if he can make it. Can't get it. Well, wouldn't have counted anyway because hit the top of the backboard out of bounds. 10-point lead to the hosts. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Polonara faked the handoff. And it's a double dribble. Yeah, good call from the official. The atmosphere just wearing down a little bit. This is a good opportunity now for UNET Holon to just maybe build some momentum. Thomas gives it to Glenn Rice Jr. Glenn Rice pulls up for the three, and that's a big shot. And we just talked about the atmosphere dying down, and what a way to dagger it back at them. Cuts the lead down to 7. Hatcher trying to look down low for Dr. Jones. Guarded by Terrell Thomas. Good matchup. Kicks it back out. Hatcher pulls up for a 3. Glenn Rice Jr. gets a rebound. There's a loose ball foul called. And you love to see it. Two teams really going after it. Shots missed. Both of them just going for the rebound. And that's just good competition. Glenn Rice Jr. had possession of it. Dechampierre picks up his 3rd personal foul. And you can't foul fouls like that. It's just desire. Thomas, time and space. Deshaun Thomas can't get it. It's got to make it. Good defense. Oh, it's a travel. It has to be a travel. They don't call it. Polonara backs down, puts up the left-handed floater. In and out. He can't get it. There's a foul on the ground. Looks like it's on Planinic. Oh, no, it's on Deshaun Thomas, actually. The announcers just said 35, number 35. Spisu comes back in. Deshaun Thomas is going to go to the bench. Along with Jack Devecki, he'll come back into the game. And Darko Planinic, the Croatian, is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, Dan Shamir just a little bit nervous because just as they start to build some momentum and look like they're coming back into this game to tie it up, they just make one silly turnover, a foul. So Planinic makes the first free throw. Makes it 2 for 2, builds it back up. 9-point lead to the hosts. Glenn Rice Jr. gets a handoff. Pulls up for another deep, tough 3, and 1! Are you serious? Glenn Rice Jr. shake and bake through the legs, step back, and 1 from the rainbow. The foul's on Jack Devecki. Look at this, through the legs, steps back. I mean, that is the moves he was practicing on the streets of Florida. I mean, he played for the Washington Wizards, an experienced NBA player. He's had his ups and downs in this game, but so far here in the third quarter, he's just starting to pick it up. It's his 2nd triple of the game. Can he make it a 4-point play? Yes, he can. It's back to a 5-point deficit. And that is the beauty of having a player like Glenn Rice Jr. You can give the ball to him, and he can just create by himself. Planinic looking for the handoff with Bamford. Bounce pass. They turn it over. And Holon can break. Shlomi Harouche off the backboard, can't get it. And Joe Alexander, I think he was more concerned with doing a couple of chin-ups and trying to dunk it back. And we talked about this just as they're about to chip back into the lead. It's another silly turnover. Back again, Blatt. This is a big play now for UNET Holon. Cross court. Can he make it 3 threes? Didn't take it. And he's fouled. Now, Glenn Rice Jr. had time and space to shoot the 3, and I think he didn't quite know what he wanted to do. You can see Well, I guess he saw Polonara running out of him. Either way, he draws the 4th team foul on Dinamo Sassari. Hapoel Holon in the penalty if they commit another personal foul, which will send Dinamo Sassari straight to the free throw line. Shlomi Harosh will inbound the ball to get into Guy Panini. They're trying to get the ball to Glenn Rice Jr. 5 on the shot clock, and they turn it over again. I mean, that's just poor from UNET Holon. Had a chance to cut the lead down again, and they just couldn't decide what they wanted to do. And I really think that possession is all down to the fact Glenn Rice Jr. should have shot the 3 when he was wide open. Dinamo Sassari, another chance to build another lead here. Don't want to foul him. You send him to the free throw line. Down low to Planinic, guided by Joe Alexander. Planinic backs down, foul on the ground, and Darko's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. It's his first personal foul of the game for Joe Alexander. That's a smart move from Dinamo Sassari, seeing that UNET Holon are in the penalty. I'm not quite sure where the foul is. I mean, Joe Alexander's got his hands up. Planinic makes the free throw. He's up to 11 points now. Glenn Rice Jr., top scorer for Hapoel. UNET Holon with 16. Makes a second, 2 for 2. Back to a 7-point lead. Glenn Rice Jr. in transition, kicks it out. Guy Panini takes the triple, in and out, can't get it. Well, that was a better offense, but just couldn't get the final product. Planinic, low post. Spisu takes it in, kicks it out. DeBecki for 3, in and out, he can't get it. And they turn it over. Levi Randolph just able to sneak and get it back. 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 7-point lead to the hosts. And that is a silly foul, because now Dinamo Sassari are going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots. It's a second personal foul. Corey Wilden just checked back into the game as Tammy Blatt. I mean, Joe Alexander's got to be more smart than that. Guy Panini loves a little bit of a discussion with the officials. I guess that's what you get with your years of experience. Planinic in and out. I mean, these are big. Dinamo Sassari do come out with a victory. They'll be looking at the amount of times they've gone to the stripe in these last few possessions. Free throws are so crucial. Makes it 2 for 2. Back to a 9-point lead for the hosts. Panini takes it in, draws a foul. Another in the penalty, so he'll go to the free throw line. That's a smart veteran move. I mean, Guy Panini's not the quickest on the court, but Polonara is definitely not quicker than him. And he saw the mismatch. He exploited it, and now he's going to go to the free throw line. Guy Panini, a very, very experienced basketball player in Israel. 34 years of age, but missed the first free throw. Represented a few big clubs in Israeli basketball. 3-time Israeli Super League champion. Makes a second, and it's an 8-point deficit. Levi Randolph uses the screen, takes it and kicks out. Polonara's made 3, and he definitely makes 4 3-pointers. Polonara. It's a good shooting night for him. Puts it back up to 11-point lead. And it's an offensive foul. Corey Wowden. I mean, he's a good player, but he's had a tough night tonight. I mean, I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do there, but it's a hand. I mean, it's a foul. He's made contact. Corey Wowden's got to get his head straight. I mean, he's an unbelievable player. He's had some good games so far, but he's got to get his mindset straight if he's going to get back into this game. Chance now for Dinamo Sassari to build the lead even more. And the home crowd are loving it right now. Well, interesting stat, 17 assists apiece from both teams. Randolph spins around. Good defense by Glenn Rice Jr. Randolph, it's actually a good post move, but Rice Jr. just able enough to get his hands and swipe it away. Paninic gets it in, 6 on the shot clock. Randolph's got to get something going to the basket. All the way. No help side defense. 13-point lead to the hosts. And Rice Jr. Well, UNET Holon looking like they did in the first quarter. No fluidity or rhythm in their offense. Spisu down low to Planinic. Planinic, traveling violation. It's a turnover. Glenn Rice Jr.'s got to be careful because every time someone goes to the basket, you can see right here, he's trying to swipe, and that to me is a foul. He's made contact with the hand. He's lucky to get away with that one. 9 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Trying to get the ball. Coleman kicks out. Panini, take the 3, big if he can make it, and he does just that. Guy Panini cuts the lead down to 10. And they turn it over in order to get it back. Yes, they do turn it over. And UNET Holon are going to have another opportunity with a second left to get one more shot off here in the third quarter. Guy Panini hit the last 3 of the second quarter. Glenn Rice Jr. puts it up. Oh, in and out, almost got it. Well, at the end of the third quarter, it's a 10-point lead to the host, 75-65. UNET Holon has had a few chances to really cut into this one, but as usual, a few costly turnovers. What didn't help is they put themselves in the penalty, which gave Dinamo Sassari a lot of chances to go to the free throw line.
I know for moments we played well. Okay, for some, loss of focus, it went back to 13. We got to dig in. Okay, I don't want to...
Devi stargli addosso e contestare il tiro. Non puoi averci le mani in tasca.
Ok, ma ha attaccato uno, è andato ad aiutare un altro di nostri e c'era uno qua sotto libero.
Ho capito.
This is good play, defensive hustle from both teams, but Dr. Jones, too much to handle for Joe Alexander down low. And he's just showing the pick and pop, pulling up from 10 feet. Deshaun Thomas with the spin and the finger roll with his inside hand. I mean, that's so tough to guard. Deshaun Pierre with a spin around off the backboard. Hatchett taking it in, makes the contact, gets fouled. And here we go again. We talked about Jones not giving it up, going right back at it. Well, it's been an exciting game to watch so far. Well, it's been an unbelievable game to watch so far. It's a high-scoring game, 75-65 after 3 quarters. Who's going to come out of it in these last 10 minutes? Dinamo Sassari, can they hold on to it? Or is UNET Holon going to upset them? Spisu pulls up from 18. Tough shot, can't get it. Coleman with a rebound. Glenn Rice Jr. in transition. Attacks the basket, kicks it out. Tammy Black catch and shoot for 3. I thought Glenn Rice Jr. should have gone up with that with himself. Scott Banford, top scorer usually for Sassari. They turn it over again. Now this is where UNET Holon don't capitalize. They pick off turnovers. Back to Joe Alexander. Kicks out to Guy Panini. He's got to take the 3. Doesn't get it. And that is the problem for UNET Holon. They pick up the loose balls on the defense, and they just don't make Dinamo Sassari pay off them. Polonara, can he make it 5 threes? Polonara! Well, it's actually Planinic. Well, it was Polonara. That's his 5th 3 tonight. 5 for 6. 5 for 7, actually. Alexander makes the foul. It's an unsportsmanlike foul as well. So now, Joe Alexander's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots, and they'll get possession back. That's big for them. Joe Alexander just has a few words with Planinic. He's a bit reckless from Planinic as well. And his free throw struggles still continue. Hasn't shot very well from the free throw line. Makes a second. The good thing is they're going to get the ball back. And they can cut this lead down to 10, maybe 9 if they're lucky. Glenn Rice Jr. trying to isolate, crosses it back over, takes it, and he gets it to go. That's unbelievable. I mean, he was fading out of bounds. He didn't really have much angle to shoot, but gets the M1. I mean, look at this. He crosses over. He's not even looking at the basket. He's going outside. There's not much Levi Randolph could have done about that. I mean, that is as unbelievable as a shot you'll ever see here in the Basketball Champions League, but he can cut the lead down to 9 if he makes it a 3-point play. Can't do it. The free throws are key. That's a big difference between these two teams. Dinamo Sassari, make him count. UNET Holon haven't done the same. Banford takes it in, gets it back, kicks it out. Polonara, Spisu, faked it, steps back, it's a long 2, can't get it. Deshaun Thomas, we've got to be smart here. Glenn Rice Jr. tries, it's an offensive foul. Yep, it's a good call. It's good defensive play from Polonara, just stood still. 3rd personal foul for Glenn Rice Jr. He's had an excellent game tonight. Scott Banford, guided by Coleman. Takes it in, puts it through his legs, kicks it out. Planinic shoots it, gets it. Back to a 12-point lead to Dinamo Sassari. Plemenic now moves up to 16 points. Blatt, they look for Glenn Rice Jr. Takes it in, makes the contact, puts it up, in and out, can't get it. And he's not running back on defense. Halfway Holon, they've got to look for other options at the moment. They can't be forcing everything to Glenn Rice Jr. Down low, a poor play. And that's just very, very poor defensively. Dechampierre just makes him pay. Well, the body language says it all at the moment.
Let's set the screens, fellas. We're coming off the screen. Set the screens. Now,
With fast break points, Dinamo Sassari leading that only 7. There hasn't been much end-to-end basketball, but it's a lot of it been in the half court. Dinamo Sassari, it was equal after the first half, but really have just dominated the boards, 31-20. 9 offensive rebounds. I mean, that's huge. You think about it, putbacks, that's almost 18 points. UNET Holon got a box out. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Game is not over. UNET Holon, they can pick themselves up, dig deep, get a few stops. Can definitely come back into this one. Down low to Sean Thomas. Oh, he's got to take it. Joe Alexander, short shot, can't get it. Down low floater to Sean Thomas. Pierre, excuse me. He falls over in transition. Tamir Blatt, big threes, got to make it. Tamir Blatt, and the youngster just keeps his team alive. Goes up to 10 points. They're just losing the discipline. Got to play smart if you want to get back into this one. I mean, 13 points is nothing to get back into, but like I said, we talked about the body language, and it says it all on the defense. Dechampierre is going to go for 2 free throws. Young man from Ontario, Canada. Second year professional basketball, now makes it 2 for 2, builds it back up to a 15-point lead. Glenn Rice Jr. now 4th personal foul, can't commit another one, he's gonna get fouled out. Tamir Blatt catch and shoot another triple. Tamir Blatt! And if he keeps playing like this, he's gonna have a very successful basketball career. It's his 3rd triple of the game. Scott Bamford baseline, back to Dechampierre. Well, UNET Holon, they kill themselves on defense. They don't step over and help. Glenn Rice Jr. kicks it out. Guy Panini, he'll try the 3. Can't get it. Transition, Bamford tries a Euro step in and around. Scott Bamford, you gotta love the Euro step. Just kissed it off the glass. Transition, Sean Thomas dunks it down. And again, it's all about the vision and the pass from the young Israeli point guard, Tamir Blatt. 14-point lead. 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Host by 14. Deshaun Pierre takes it, kicks it out. Hatcher 5 on the shot clock. He'll try the 3, and it's an air ball. Guy Panini was lucky not to pick up a shooting foul. He did make contact into Hatcher. Blatt wants a screen. Back to Alexander. Shakes, fakes, kicks out, throws it away. No options. Transition. I couldn't see from that angle, but the ref is convinced it came off Polonara. We got a timeout called. UNET Holon want to talk it over.
Okay. We got 4 minutes to play. Easy. Execute. Okay. He's calling a play, run automatically to your spot. Okay, 2 side is a very good call. Okay.
Hey, don't worry, it's not because it's gone. I want press on the ball. In offense, guys, I want that. 2 down. I want your pick and roll in the middle.
Wait for screen.
Darko, come for the screen and we go. Okay? Hey, strong defense, go, come on.
Corey Wilden comes back into the game. You're gonna need a bit of an offensive threat from him. Guy Panini takes it in, puts up a tough shot. Again, there's nobody underneath rebounding. Scott Banford pulls up for a deep one, can't get it. Oh, lucky not to get away with a backcourt violation. Glenn Rice Jr. pulls up for a 3, and he gets it. Back to an 11-point lead to the visit to the hosts. Just over 3 minutes to go. We talked about it, 11 points, not a big difference. Scott Bamford down low. Planinic turns around, doesn't get it. This is where UNET Holon have got to make a bit. No, I'm not quite sure what Glenn Rice Jr. was trying to do. I mean, it's a one-footed three-point shot. That's a big difference right now. With UNET Holon, it's all about spacing the floor and isolating. Dinamo Sassari's pick and roll, split the floor. Pierre for the 3, and it's nothing but net. And it's back to a 14-point lead for Dinamo Sassari. 16 points tonight for the Canadian. Back down to Sean Thomas, catch it, good hands, but Deshaun Thomas didn't bring it down, he laid it up. Back to a 12-point deficit, 2 minutes to go. 18 points for Deshaun Thomas. There's a foul off the ball. So Corey Wilden. When he fouls out of the game, he's a good player, Corey Wilden, but you know, as a professional, he's got to put this game behind him, move on to the next. He's got domestic basketball to look forward to. Banford gets the handoff. It's another foul, and that will not count. Fouls on to Sean Thomas. See, Thomas just gives him a little bit of a knock. It's 4th personal foul. Banford looks for Polonara. Glenn Rice Jr. pulls up for another 3 transition. In and out, can't get it. Down low, Banford, easy. And that's happened too many times. The baseline just hasn't been defended. Rice Jr. all the way to the basket, can't get it. Sometimes it's just too much. One-on-one basketball with Glenn Rice Jr. and he deliberately fouls. Goes out of the game. Saying to his teammates, I'm fouled out to go in. Seems like UNET Holon just aren't all on the same page. Well, we've got a timeout with a minute to go here in the game.
I want that we are ready immediately. Short, play 52 aggressive and collect the paint. Win. Collect the paint. Because now they are playing pick and roll in this way. But it's coming.
And this is the one-man side.
The last man. The last man. The last man has to come here. Hey, but if the last man is not ready, we don't need to take both here.
Okay, all right.
Well, Hatcher goes to the free throw line for 2 shots, makes a first. Where's it all gone wrong for UNET Holon? Well, they cut it down to 5-point deficit in the 3rd quarter. And I think it's just a case of players not really knowing, or players not being on the same page. It's a turnover, it's 3-on-1. Transition, Pierre turns it over. Yeah, he does, yeah. He'll make the most of it. You can see it's a turnover, but 3-on-1, you got to make the most of it, but I think that'll be all she wrote. Well, what next for Dinamo Sassari, because this is a huge confidence booster. Next week, they'll be traveling all the way to deepest, darkest Russia and Siberia as they take on Yenisei Krasnoyarsk. Well, for UNET Holon, they're going back to Israel next week as they take on UI Baskets Oldenburg, a team in the top 4 of this Group A. Kai Panini, an experienced players, really got to rally the troops, and just seems like all the players are on a different page at the moment. Makes the first free throw. Well, Pasquini will be pleased. They've picked up the 2nd victory. They'll go to 2-4. Oh, that's lucky not to get called with an offensive interference. 20 seconds to go. 12-point lead to the hosts. Down low, Jones in and around. Gets it to go. It's a beautiful move. Dr. Jones might have just laid out the candle. Well, that will be it, ladies and gentlemen. And at the end of this one, it is Dinamo Sassari 98, UNET Holon 84. Dinamo Sassari played an unbelievable game. UNET Holon, they played well as well, but the deficit was too big in the early stage of the first quarter. Dinamo Sassari shot prolifically from the three-point line. Polonara, 5 for 7 from the perimeter. Deshaun Thomas and Joe Alexander tried to rally them, get it back into the game, but it wasn't enough. And it is Dinamo Sassari here in Sardinia. We've got a 2-4 in the Group A. Well, they can build on this. Next week, they travel to Siberia. They take on Enisei Kasiask. UNET Holon, desperate need for another victory. Next week, they host UI Baskets Oldenburg. Got to pick it up. We'll just show you some stats and highlights from this Group A fixture. Joe Alexander, along with Deshaun Thomas, tried to rally the troops in the first half. 22 points in the paint between them in the first half, but it wasn't enough. UNET Holon 10 for 28 from the three-point stripe, while Dinamo Sassari 11 for 23. The Israelis just hitting the threes in the latter stages of the game. By then it was too little, too late. Hatchia had an unbelievable game as well himself, along with the Canadian Pierre. Played very, very well. And the home fans jubilant and very happy. Polonara, top scorer of 18. Glenn Rice Jr. with 21. UNET Holon, they've got to pick themselves up. They've got to start to figure out their identity. It's a lot of one-on-one basketball and spread the floor where Dinamo Sassari, good ball movement. Guy Panini, 17 to Sean Thomas, 18. Glenn Rice Jr., 21. Planinic and Pierre chipping in 16 apiece for Dinamo Sassari. I mean, that is a big scoreline as well. It's unlikely you'll score 84 points and lose, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Dinamo Sassari, 98 points, very impressive. Well, with going up to 2-4, they move up to 4th in the group. UNET Holon still rock bottom. Next week is going to be big when they play against UI Baskets Oldenburg. They're going to have to go home, really dig deep and pull out a victory if they can. They're going to salvage anything from this 2017-18 Basketball Champions League campaign. They know what they got to do, but like I say, it's all done on the court. No X's and O's. No publicity. It's just all about heart and desire. Just show you some highlights here from the second half. Polonara getting fouled by Corey Wowden. Wowden unfortunately checking out of the game. Glenn Rice Jr. following up with a tip back. Polonara doing his excellent job, pick and rolls right to the basket. Well, he didn't actually set the screen, but Glenn Rice Jr. with a deep three. This is the and-1 triple he had. Step back, go to the line and make it a 4-point play. And this is an unbelievable shot. I mean, he had no angle and he was falling out of bounds. There wasn't much Levi Randolph could have done about that. Here you can see Polonara, well, we still have the replay, but Bamford in and around, giving it to Planinic, baseline jump shot, should have got the and-1. And that happened too many times. Pierre wide open baseline. Young Tamir Blatt finishing the game with 13 points, 3 for 4 from the perimeter. Big three from Glenn Rice Jr. Sean Thomas, good hands, didn't bring it down. As soon as he got the pass, kept it high and just finished it. Young players watching it. See how he caught the ball just above his head and he kept it that high. Glenn Rice Jr. pulling up for a 3 in transition. In and out, couldn't get it. It's too easy. Couldn't get it. Here's a 3-on-1 they couldn't make count. You got to finish with a 3-on-1. Really, Dr. Jones is going to go up and dunk it, use his athleticism. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week with Game Day 7 of the Basketball Champions League. It is good night for now.